Hello, my darlings. It is Nicky Alan, another bedroom guru, an update on what's been happening. The only reason I'm doing this is because I've had so many messages and emails from people saying, what did you do for your clearing? What did you do for your clearing? And if you haven't seen the video before this, then you won't know what the hell I'm talking about. I just noticed I'm still in the same top. And I'm not looking very well. I've been physically vomiting the last 24 hours. Which I believe is part of the clearing ceremony. Been really poorly, which I think is part of an empath's situation. I think I should start at the beginning so that everybody knows what I'm talking about, and then we shall go forward. I was answering a question from Caroline Reed about soul journals, and it fitted very nicely in with the fact that I've gone through another betrayal by someone. And it's been a bit of a kicker actually. Empaths, we tend to attract predators, narcissists and people that kind of use you for their own means. And the problem is that with empaths, we always see the best side of people, and if we get an intuition that tells us it's wrong, we kind of try and say no, that's not, you know, that's not to do with this person, it's to do with, here we go, he's taking the line back. It's to do with, you know, your self-belief systems and, you know, what's happened in the past. No, they're wonderful. They'd never be like that. I think it's because we as empaths could never, ever have it in our heart to see someone regularly over a very long time, knowing we're lying to them, deceiving them, playing them, using them. It would mortify me. I could not sleep at night. I could not sleep at night if I knew that I was regularly, permanently deceiving someone that you knew loved and trusted you implicitly, on the fact as well that they knew your past, knew how vulnerable you were, knew what you'd been through. They still continue to do this behaviour and also hurt other people in the process. It is beyond anything I could possibly do or imagine. I can't even hurt a fly. So it was incredible it happened for a second time. It's also incredible that I hadn't learnt the lesson from the last time. It was a year ago. I was doing a video about a narcissist cheating on me. Jesus Christ. Don't walk back in talking about the same thing. So again, this isn't a video about, oh, I feel sorry for me, I know brave, I know a trooper. It's nothing about that at all. It's about the fact that I sit here and think there must be thousands of people out there that are going through the same stuff, because none of us are strangers to heartbreak, to betrayal, to, you know, grieving. None of us are. And this is what my next book is about, grieving and dealing with it. And so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to tell you what I'm doing. And I want to obviously explain about the clearing that took place, because so many people have asked about it. And I thought, oh, have I never talked about doing clearings? So that's what I'm going to talk about today. Plus it helps me because I feel like I'm doing something positive. I've just been doing my new project that I'm doing with psychic.co.uk. I'm so excited about that. And so I thought I need a break from that. I've been doing a lot of writing, and so I thought I'd talk to you. Plus I want to try and concentrate on things that don't, like, you know, take me back to this nausea and my backache and the pain. It's all relative though. I know exactly what's happening. With empaths, we are so sensitive. We physically feel hurt. We physically feel emotion. We physically feel what is going on through our bodies. So this purging that's taking place, this vomiting that's taking place, it's all part of the process, and I acknowledge that, but I feel shit and actually want to go out but I can't. And I'm very mindful that I don't want this to turn into an ME crash, so I've got to be really kind to myself, really lazy, and kind of rest in bed and just stay around the house. At the moment I'm burning cypress oil, patchouli and lavender, which are all for grieving, feeling low and dealing with hurt. So I'm burning that at the moment. Got my rose quartz crystals there. I've just, before I did this, I did another meditation of honouring grief and letting it go. So I've done that. I've written in my soul journal, and I've been doing work and loads of admin, loads of email work, just to keep distracted but not overdo it. So that's how I'm coping with it at the moment. So let's go zip ourselves back to, I think was it actually Monday or Tuesday? I can't remember now because this week has been such a blur of emotion. It was Tuesday, right? So obviously the events that took place where I caught him out and there was a big ugly scene was on the Sunday. Tuesday I woke up and I felt so depressed and so defeated and so deflated. I'd yet again been taken in and completely ripped to pieces by someone, and I almost allowed it because I kind of knew what was going on and it wasn't the right environment, and I kind of knew it was a line, but I went along with it because I suppose like everybody I thought it was the fairy tale ending. I thought, yay, someone loves me, it's all going to be lovely, and all the plans for the future, and you get all excited, but it was all a load of old bollocks basically. There you go. So I felt really, really, really depressed and down. I didn't like myself very much. I then allowed my thought process, which we all do, to then create even more of a calamity around us. It reminds me of the sword suits that I've just been writing out. You just end up, your mind just creates all this shit. So I was like, well, I'm lonely, I'm not fully fit, I can't do my job properly, I haven't got any friends, nobody likes me, and it started imploding in on this self-pity and self-hate. And so after about a good hour of me feeling really shit and making sure that I facilitated full shitness, I then thought, oh my God, hang on a minute. You've written a book about this, you silly bitch. Get yourself sorted. What are you doing? What are you doing? This is just ridiculous. You are worth more than this. Get yourself out of this negative thought pattern. Get your ass in gear and stop being a twat, basically, right? So I thought, right, first of all, I'm going to do the video. And the reason I wanted to do that is one, because I'd seen the email from Caroline about soul journals. I thought it fits perfectly in. And yet again, it's all about transparency and helping people that are sitting in their beds right now because some arsehole has completely wrecked their life, okay? Or it could be that you're grieving someone's past, or you just are totally lost in the world. So I thought, no, I'm going to share it. Because it's the same old videos about, oh, I'm so well and I'm so happy and I've smashed it. And I'm like, yeah, I have smashed a lot of my life, but, you still get kicks in the balls, don't you? And so I thought, sod it. If you want to watch it and you get comfort from it, which obviously the feedback from the last video is overwhelming. So, yeah, I'm going to do it. So I did the video and I thought, God, I feel a bit empowered now I've done that. I do feel a bit empowered. And then I was so physically exhausted because mentally, I'd been through so much, and it obviously manifests into your physical body, and I was so tired like I am now, but I thought, no, I have to go to Elbury Cove. Now, people that don't know about Elbury Cove, it's a beautiful, stunning bit of coastline. It's literally a couple of minutes away from where I live, and it's just stunning craggy coastline that leads to this little cove of a pebble beach where there's an old bathhouse there, and you've got all this forest to one side, and it's just stunning, and it's so raw in its presence. You're just totally there with nature. For some reason I knew I needed to go there, and I'm sure that's where Catherine, my guide, comes from in a previous life, but anyway, we're digressing. So I got the dogs, went up there. It was quite difficult because my back was in spasm and I felt like shit, but I thought, no, I've got to go there. And luckily there's so many benches there that you can stop off, so it's really good. So anyway, I sat there and I didn't know what to do, really. I didn't know whether to cry my eyes out or just sit there. And then I thought, oh no, I've got to do a clearing. I suppose they had told me that I've got to do this clearing. So this is in essence what I did to clear the worst energy within me, which was the pain, the disbelief, the shock, almost the denial, all of that hurt, that stab in the back, out of the blue, complete humiliation and hurt. And all that pain that's reverberating around you, right? And I thought, I've got to clear it out. I've got to get it out. So I stood up and I closed my eyes. And as soon as I closed my eyes, I think it was aided a bit by the angel realms, wherever it was. But I think it was aided a bit because I didn't create this visualization. It was just there. I imagined there was this big fiery ball around me, all right? And I imagined my arms out open wide. And as I did that, straight away, he was standing in front of me. The arsehole was standing in front of me, right? And I'm like, I really don't want to be seeing that. However, there was then these cords coming out of every chakra point of his image. I was like, all right. And then right before me, before I even said it, I was just about to say Archangel Michael, and he was there right in front of me. This huge, massive, vibrant energy, and all I could see was a sword. And the sword was basically cutting each bit of rope that come from each chakra point, right? And then after he'd cut all 7, they then shriveled up and went black, and then dissipated back in to obviously the energy that's within him, if that makes sense. And then he just went poof and disappeared in front of me, right, this image. So I then said to Michael, thank you so much for doing this for me. I need you now to clear me of everything connected with that person and the situation. I need you to push away every thought and feeling that comes to me. I need you to give me the courage and strength to move forward away from this. Learn from my mistakes, learn from what I've done wrong, and this time have the courage to move forwards and not have this weakness again. I then had Raphael come in because there was this huge green light, and I said, please just keep bringing me healing, just let me get over this quicker than before. Let me know that my lessons were right. Let me know that all of that intuition that led up to this was me already grieving the fact that I knew he was going to go, you know. And so I then said, I'm so sorry for how I acted. I'm sorry for the fact that I allowed my ego to go along with this because I wanted a happy ending. I'm sorry that I've kind of lost my spiritual connection whilst I was doing that. It was kind of like a big self-confession as well. And then I said to them, I just need you to bring me a sign. I need you to give me focus, and I need you to give me things I can focus on and look forward to. I need to get back into my work environment. I need to work on my friendships. I need to create a life for myself in Devon that doesn't involve anything to do with the mouse pieces. And in essence, I just wanted to fill my life with things that doesn't involve anything to do with a relationship with a man, to be honest with you. I'm being totally honest. Can't believe I'm saying all this, but hey ho. So I did that. I think I was very, very emotional at the time. There was a huge crying session, but everything seemed to be coming out. And then suddenly I knew that I was aware that my 3 guides were there. 3 of them were there. And Juliana said to me, this is a soul lesson. You really need to see why this has happened again. I'm like, okay, he never gives you much empathy, that bloke. So I was like, okay, and I know why. It just needs to be loved, isn't it? It's just wanting to, after years and years and years and years of being alone, it's just having that person there. We all want it. You know, I'm not going to be ashamed in saying that I want it, but I can't allow myself to show it. I can't allow myself to concentrate on it. Just got to leave it. Come away from it. Then Khan was there, and he basically said, I'm bringing healing to your soul now. The transition will pass a lot quicker of the grieving. I'm like, lovely. Then Catherine, she's a little mink, she is. She's a very witchy, pagan-y, druidy, all mixed up into one type person, and deals a lot with prophecy, and she uses all sorts of divination tools. So this time she comes forward and puts her hand out, right, and there's 2 like leg bones, like chicken bones, and I'm like, what the hell? Like parallel. Right, and I'm like, okay, got a bloody clue what that is. But I'm glad she does things like that, because sometimes you think, am I making this up? But when they show you things, you ain't got a clue what it is. I think that's good, because it's not my fault. I didn't bloody dream up 2 chicken legs on your hand, love. Do you know what I mean? And then the next time I look back at her, because all 3 were standing there, the chicken bones were like an upright triangle. They'd moved, and I'm like, okay. And then she just closed her hands and blew them, and there was nothing there. And so they disappeared, and then I literally thought it's time to come back. So I opened my eyes, took a deep breath, and right in front of me, and I've put the photo on as my cover for this video, but I've already put it on Facebook and Twitter most probably. Right in front of me, there was this seal looking at me, just floating, right, in the water. Now where I was, there was like a little rocky outcrop, so it was really quite shallow where this seal was. It wasn't in deep water at all. And he was just looking at me floating there, and oh God, I'm going to get a picture of that. So this is literally the time that it took, right? So say I'm looking at, say you're the seal and I'm looking at you, right? So I'm looking at the seal and I do that, and as I've clicked the camera across, I'm like, where's it gone? It's not there, right? It was right in front of me. So I'm like, that's a bit weird. So put the camera down, I'm looking, I'm thinking, well, it couldn't have gone far because literally it's really shallow there. You could wade in it, you know, like to thigh, waist height. And I'm like, it's not there. And as a skeptic, I'm thinking, right, I'm going to sit here for 10 minutes because there's no way I imagined it. That bloody seal was sitting there looking at me, right? And the dogs could see it. And I'm like, where's he gone? And there was no way really for it to go. So I'm looking, well, there is a way for it to go. So I'm looking at the outlet of the rocky crop thinking, literally, it was half a second that I took my eyes off of this bloody seal, right? So I've looked and I stood for 10, well, sat for 10 minutes, and back was killing me. But I sat there for 10 minutes watching, and there was no pop-up, there was no movement in the waves anywhere at all. It completely disappeared, right? And so for me, even if it did disappear around a rock and I missed it, I don't care. The whole point is, to me, it disappeared. So it said to me it's an animal totem. So I'm like, wow, that's really weird. So then I sit there, and then within a minute I get a message from someone I haven't spoke to for a while, a friend, saying we've got to get together. When do you want to go out for coffee? I'm like, that's a bit weird. Then I got a second message from someone else saying, we really should get together. How you been? And I'm like, oh, that's another bit weird. Because I was saying about wanting to build up my friendships and get this social life kind of going. Like, that's a bit weird. So then I thought, no, it's just coincidence, as you do. So then I felt this overwhelming sense of calm, and the pain that was knotting in my chest. You know that pain you get when you're hurting? If you physically feel it, gone, right? I thought, this is really weird. And I felt really serene and smiley and calm. It was incredible. Just heard someone say something then. I wonder if it'll play back on the video. Someone just whispered something then. It was really weird. Anyway, spooky. And I just felt amazing. So, you know, the dogs were running around. I just sat there and the sun came out and it was just lovely. And then I eventually sat on the beach, watched the waves come in, ended up talking to this beautiful person who was saying she was just getting over the loss of someone and that she was there to like feel better and feel happier by the sea. And I'm like, that's a bit weird. So anyway, get in the car, come back, and I think Google time, okay? So I Google, first of all, Catherine's bones, right? Because I ain't got a bloody clue what they are, okay? So basically, the whole essence is that the parallel bones meant that you need to get balance between all of your energies, sending balance. And then when it goes into the triangle, it's about forward motion, stability, getting support, and making sure you get off on the right foot with the perfect balance. And I'm like, God, so she's telling me, you know, this is it now. Get all your focus. We all know that what we think and what we intend, we create our reality. I don't know why I created it, and Christ knows to tell me that I don't know my lesson, I don't know. But it was all about that, right? And it was about embracing growth and manifesting what you want to go forward, but make sure you start on the right foot. So what she's basically saying is right, yeah, that's good, get your support, get, you know, all forward motion, we've got stability for you. She's also saying about travel by land for your intentions, which could most probably be, I'll tell you about that in a minute. I've got to keep a few spoilers in there. No, that isn't a spoiler, that's a cliffhanger, isn't it? Oh my God. So and then it's like manifesting, but make sure you're on the right foot to do it. So basically what she's saying is, what they tell me all the time is, when you order from the universe, when you want to create what you want manifested, you've got to think really carefully about it, because you really do get what you ask for. And so it was like, make sure that everything you ask for is for the greater good for you, and that it's all conducive to you going forward with success, abundance, health, wealth, and whatever, okay? So I'm like, right, lovely. And then I Googled the seal as an animal totem. Oh my God, right? The first thing it says is, when you see a seal is that a seal will normally appear to you if there's been a problem in a relationship or you've been hurt, right? And the seal symbolism appears when you feel like you're drowning in your own personal issues, which I was about an hour before, right? It reminds you that you can flow with the ever-changing currents of life. The meaning of the seal asks you to think about the flow of your emotions and thoughts and conviction in your decisions. Thoughts and emotions. Oh, hang on a minute. That don't make sense, does it? Oh, sorry. So the meaning of the seal asks you to think about the flow of your emotions and thoughts. Have courage in your decisions, thoughts and emotions, and don't listen to too much to what other people say. So I did get a bit of a hounding from some certain people to do with this situation, but hey ho. And the seal is a source of power and capability. By tapping into your inner strength, your true self, you can learn the lessons that will help you better navigate life and deal with people in the future. The seal comes into your life because you need to deal with issues that plague your own relationships, or because you just need to find one that works for you for the future. It also reminds you that there will always be opposing forces present in your life, and you don't necessarily have to fight them all the time. Thank Christ, I need to choose my battles wisely. You are a naturally creative and imaginative person, and you need to engage in activities that will help unlock your gifts in order to teach and share your knowledge with the world. Saying, get focused on your work, Nick, basically, right? It's also linked to you needing to work on having belief in your own self and trusting your thoughts and feelings, which I did. I did trust my thoughts and feelings. It led to a massive showdown, but I don't care. I did, and it also is telling me that I should trust in my thoughts and feelings for the future. Do your best to keep that balance so that you can release any negative and harmful thoughts. So again, balance has come in through the message of the seal and with the bones of the chicken. How incredible is that, right? So then I wrote in my soul journal all of that, and then I wrote what I'm aiming for, okay, what I need to do. Now, one of the things I wrote, right, before it even happened was I need to start a rehabilitation program for my physical body. I'm always working on my mind and spirit, and, you know, there are days when I'm bedbound, but I want to see if there's someone that could understand my predicament, whether it's very, I don't know, yoga, you know, in the physiotherapy department, they say do Tai Chi and all that. So I thought I need to kind of see if I can start moving and getting my body mobile. It could crash and burn and I could end up in bed for weeks, I don't know, but it's something that I put as part of my future plan. So I did a strategic life plan of what I'm aiming for and what I need to do. And one of them was writing, obviously, and my work and getting back out there. Next thing I have, right, nobody knows about any of this clearing. Nobody knows about my intentions or what I'm focusing. Next thing I get a phone call from my brother, right? We need to bloody get sorted. We need to get shows done. All your fans that have been waiting for you to come back here are saying, she needs to do a show. We want to see her face. We'd love to have her back. We really miss her. And I'm like, sod it. Okay then. So my brother's pushed me into doing 2 shows, which we're going to do in Crayford in Kent and Southend on Sea. We're just getting the dates confirmed now. And I put the phone down. I thought, bugger me, I'm going to be going back down there and doing these shows, because initially I thought I'm going to be too tired, can't travel. But if I do it kindly to myself and I have enough rest, I'll be able to manage it, right? Even if I'm sitting doing it, I can manage to do it. So that happened. Then I get my friend Helen turn up and say to me, I just saw 666 in a registration number. She goes, we really should start doing something together, like go to the gym or something. I'm like, oh my God. And I said, I can't believe you've just said that, because I've just been thinking about either a personal trainer or someone that can help me get my joints and my body mobile without excessive exercise, see if I can handle it. She went, let's do it. So we find this local place that's like, you know, in a holiday resort, which also has got things like a pool that I can just float, do gentle hydrotherapy exercises in, and a sauna and all that kind of thing. And the number in it is 666. And then when we Google 666, it's about balance. It's about coming to fruition and completion and getting everything all in a row. It's about focus and not allowing negative things to impact you. I'm like, what the hell, right? So she turns up and does that. So we're going tomorrow, if I'm well enough. Obviously, we're going to go today, but I've been too ill. Literally sprayed the walls of my bathroom. Too much information, but it has been incredible. And I'm not even eating. Go figure that. I'm drinking though. I'm having a lot of water and lots of herbal tea. Anyway, before you all start saying that, because you did last time. Anyway, that was a year ago. I haven't learned anything of my... Anyway, so that happens. I then get a ting on my computer, on my iPad, and I've been nominated for the best spiritual writer in these awards, these spiritual awards in Wales, and the best medium. And I'm like, how the hell's that happened? I haven't put it out there. I can't, you know, people have nominated me. I didn't even know. And I spoke to the woman who's in charge of it, Minnie, and she's like, well, have your nominees not told you? I went, no, I've got absolutely no clue, right? So that's come right literally within hours after this clearing. And then I get a phone call from someone that I've really missed. And I thought, wasn't even talking to me in this mindset. And she phones me up and starts telling me, I needed to phone you. She's psychic, she's very into it. I need to phone you. I need to tell you that, you need to start embracing friendships and kinships now. And I'm like, the hell? Right, again, it's in all of my stuff here. So basically, I believe that nominations, one, I'm going to be meeting up with some old friends in Wales, which I cannot wait to anyway. But the fact is that, this nomination is showing that people have got faith in me. It's showing me that, yes, this is what you need to be focusing on. This is what makes you happy. This is your passion. This is what drives you every single day. Why am I bothering doing this video now? Right, I should be sitting here watching a DVD or something. I say DVD, there's no bloody DVDs anymore, is there? You know what I mean, box set, right? But I'm always thinking, this will help someone. This will reach someone who's sitting there feeling like shit, who wants to give up. And I'm going to say, don't bloody give up, because I was in, and again, it's just a complete reflection of my book, Me, Myself and I, right? I went downhill for a couple of hours because I was so hurt and so upset and so heartbroken. And then I go and do this one little thing by the sea, and bugger me, the synchronicity and signs have been incredible. And everything that I, said about, I'm so sorry, perhaps I should focus on my work, all of these answers are, yeah, do you think? Do what you do best. Help people, write, finish your second book. Do this lovely thing for my new friends with psychic.co.uk. Go and do your demonstrations when you physically can. Think about workshops. And then, it's just been incredible. Okay, and that isn't because I'm a medium. It isn't because I'm, sold on this. Because, when this happened, I stood looking at him and he looked at me with such coldness and such indifference, and it seared through my soul. And I thought, why? I'm spiritually haven't been looked after there, have I? And then you start going downhill. And I was just speaking to a friend of mine recently, and she said it's all a load of bollocks, this spiritual stuff. They just let us hurt all the time. We just get hurt by people all the time, and I've just had enough of it. And I totally get what she's saying, because she's in a grieving state, the same as I am, I suppose. Don't feel it now, I feel really good, apart from the vomiting. Weight loss, though, that's what I'm saying, even more. I'm joking, it's not good, it's not healthy, but I can't help it, that's what's happening. And I just think we can all do it. So try at the clearing ceremony. Whoever's paining you, whatever's hurting you, whatever's creating problems within you, picture it there. Picture these cords coming out from the chakra points, or however you want to visualise it. Picture Archangel Michael cutting all of these ropes away from you. Picture everything being blown away from you. The most important thing I did, though, was send a huge bubble of love to him. Hurt like feck. However, that's what you need to do, because positivity overrides negativity. I can't even imagine what shit he's trying to bullshit his way through to get back to where he needs to go. However, I'm now sitting here calm, happy, and really looking forward to all the opportunities that just dinged their way in front of me in the last 24 hours. So we move on with love. We move on with positivity. They stay in whatever shit they create and exude and live in. So who's the winner? Do you know what I mean? So do that. Do the visualization. If you do have guides and you're aware of them, call them in. If you don't, just ask for any guardian angels or anybody to bring anything to you that will help you on your path. And I guarantee something spooky dooky will happen, where you'll be shown a sign, or you'll be shown some random vision, and when you Google it or analyse it, you'll work out what it means for you. And I tell you what, it has shocked me to the core, because then I went on Facebook to answer a question. Oh no, to say that I was planning on doing the shows. My God, the response was overwhelming. People, it was just created this big firework of enthusiasm and excitement that I'd said that I'd spoken to my brother when we were coming back doing Dems. And people went mad and said, oh my God, we can't wait, we can't wait. It just made me feel so good. And so by the beginning of the morning, where I wanted to give up and just duvet it and just not want to even live in the world, because I just had enough of being hurt again, by the evening, I was so happy and euphoric and so positive, just through one little thing, of going into nature, surrendering, acknowledging perhaps where you went wrong, acknowledge that you need help, acknowledge you need to break away from whatever it is that's hurting you, and show me the way forward. And bugger me, did it work? So what's the harm? Stay in bed and watch a box set, eating chocolate and feeling shit, or go out and try it. What's worse that can happen? It don't work. Bloody did for me. Holy shit, did it work for me? So that's how I did the clearing. So to save me replying to all that, seriously, so many of you have sent me messages, even my friends have, and even Helen when she came around said, what's the clearing? What did you do? What did you do? And so that's how I did it. It was just a very simple exercise. Obviously it's near one of Gaia's most strongest elements, the water. I can only assume that we had the fire element because we had the water, air and earth. So I assume I was just creating, actually I just realised it as I'm saying it, creating a fourth element. Perhaps that what was going on there, that I was suddenly fire to mix with all the elements to create this big clearing. Just a thought. So anyway, that's, I don't want to go on too much because it's 30 minutes now in, and most of you get bored with me banging on about my life and all the stupid mistakes I make. But I'm only human at the end of the day, and I'm not going to make this one again. No, I absolutely swear that one. Absolutely 100%. So what I want to say to you is, guys, go and do these clearings, work on your soul journals, have a look at what things you can burn that can help you, have positive environments around you, and try all the tips that I'm sharing with you in the last video, okay? Because it does bloody work, and you will find that your grieving does go into a quicker transition. I absolutely promise you. Okay, I promise you. Because even though I look shit, feel shit, and I haven't even changed my top, I will have a bath later. But every time I move, I feel like I'm going to puke. And I can't afford to be sick anymore because my stomach is empty. Feeling sick, so I'm thinking about it again now. Which is fine, because it's all that physical shit coming out. It's purging all the pain and negativity and all the shit that came out over the weekend. That's fine. Honour it. Honour the fact that your body needs to do what it needs to do to get back to balance. The 2 chicken legs. She's so clever, Catherine, isn't she? Anyway, I could talk for England, Ireland, Wales, Scotland. I just want to say to everybody, thank you so much for nominating me. It means the world. If I could win, especially the spiritual writer, that would just make my day, because I've had so many confidence issues in writing, because it's a completely new way of life for me. It's a new way for me to express my knowledge, and to win that would be amazing. And if you do want to nominate me, I'm going to do a cheeky little plug now. If you go to Minnie, and her surname is D, I don't know how to, Draid Craig, I think it's DDRAID CAR, hang on a minute. I've buggered that up. All right, Teddy, I'm finishing now. Right, it's Minnie Draid Cariad. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm so sorry if I buggered it up, which is DDRAIGCARIAD. All you have to do is go through Messenger on Facebook and just nominate me. That'd be really lovely. I can't believe I'm doing this, but sod it. You know, don't know about them, then you don't know how to nominate. So it'd be lovely if you could do that for me. That would make my world. If I get emotional, I just can't believe it's come up on the day that I did the clearing. I don't think that's coincidence. I think everything I've just shared with you is complete divine intervention and just a helping hand to keep me back on track and get me going again. You know, we jump off track, they put us back on, wind us up again and shove us in the right direction. That's exactly what my angels and my guides have done, and I'm truly grateful for that. Open your hearts and your mind to the possibility that a higher power can help you, because once you do that, I'm telling you now, your life will be so much easier. So with that, I'm going to stop, because I think I need some water because I feel a bit pukey. I say such eloquent things and then I just bugger it up tonight. But anyway, that was the clearing. I hope it all made sense. And I will speak to you again very, very soon. I love you all. Thank you again for all your loving support, your comments, your messages, your emails, everything you do. It just overwhelms me sometimes. I can't believe how blessed and lucky I really am. And so with that, God bless you. May the angels bless you every day of your life. And if there's anything you want to share with me about clearing things, let me know, because I'd love to hear from you, just on the comments below or through my contact details. Take care, guys. Bye now.